Our next topic is, and our final topic is, we must change. And we're going to pass it to Malcolm for that.
Okay, as regards to we must change, I really wanted to talk about a subject that's really been, it's always weighed on me as even a young guy growing up in the hood. Hyper-masculinity. Hyper-masculinity is a sociological term denoting exaggerated forms of masculinity. Now, we can take this term and, kind of relate to it as far as men as a whole, but I want to focus on my culture. So this is what we're doing. I'm talking to my people. So when I think about hyper-masculinity as it pertains to the black male, I just think about, just us growing up, and I'm just going to talk about my makeup and what I've endured as a young guy. I'm going to speak from the heart, so I'm going to put my notes up. So, just growing up, with my uncles and everything, me growing up, everybody got grandma's house. You going up old grandma's house. My uncles lived with my grandma, which was their mother. So, as a black male, they just taught me to grow up. I had to be tough. Nephew, don't be a bitch. And I was always a big guy. I always been a big dude. So with me being a big guy, you know what? Don't be you a big soft ass nigga. That's what you said. Don't be a big soft ass nigga. So what that made me do was, it made me kind of just grow up with this kind of like tough exterior about myself, and just me even just growing up saying, hey, you know what? I can't cry. I remember at my dad's funeral, my cousin told me, you better not cry. Don't let them girls see you cry. Nigga, you better not let them girls see you cry. But at the end of the day, with me growing up and just growing up and just kind of coming into a new awareness about myself, it's okay to cry. Mm-hmm. Sometimes you have to release yourself. Mm-hmm. And I just feel like with me, kind of growing up into my friend circle of friends and stuff like that, I want to set a tone where if my brother feels as though he needs to get something off his chest, you don't have to be rough. You don't have to kind of just say, hey, you know what? I'm going to brush this aside. I'm a real man. I got to do this. I'm a real nigga. No. If you want to express yourself in a certain manner that, that you're not accustomed to, I want to set that foundation for you to be able to cry. Or for you to be able to just say, hey, you know what? I'm not feeling this. Or this hurt my feelings. Just using different type of language, to be able to express ourselves. Because coming from where we come from, we are taught you got to be tough. The way you get girls is being tough. Don't be a bitch ass nigga. You gotta wear the chain. You gotta be this. Our rappers teach us that. Like you just said about Tupac, our rappers teach us that. And I just feel like this idea of hyper-masculinity really kind of holds us back from being the best, black men that we can be. Because if I'm really just totally just announcing how I feel and, certain emotions that I feel like I'm internalizing, I feel like sometimes it leads me to do crazy things. Some men shoot people, you know what? Because guess what? They don't know how to express themselves. I'm angry. You made me feel some type of way. Hey, let me go and just think about what you just made me. Or sometimes you hurt my feelings. Some friends that I've had, they cry babies. I don't even want to put them on the spot. But I got some friends, they'll go in the room to cry. I got cousins that go in the room to cry. But after they cry, we talk about it, get it out, brother. You're going to be all right. You see what I'm saying? So I feel like hyper-masculinity is really something that's weighing on us as a culture. Sometimes it's okay to express yourself without coming off, in such a tough manner, having a tough exterior. Let that shell down because at the end of the day, it's your life. So you shouldn't, walk around just being this really tough guy or just showing no emotion because that doesn't benefit you as a human being, That's how I feel. So take it away, because I know I just said a mouthful.
There's a lot of different ways I feel about this one. So I guess I'll start with, I teach and I coach, so I deal with kids a lot. And sometimes I promote that my kids do cry. I coach boxing, so I had a kid, for example, he had his first fight, the bell rung and he froze, and the kid he was fighting just jumped on him, demolished. The fight probably lasted 40 seconds. Oh. He destroyed him. And the kid, he just balled up in the corner, and the kid just wailing on him. The referee stopped the fight. you know, all right, it's over. It was a knockout, 40 seconds. And the kid just crying like crazy. It is, you know, it's a gym full of people. Everybody's whole family came to watch. And I put him to the side and I told him, like, man, half the people, the audience, all these hundreds of people in here wouldn't dare step foot in this boxing ring. So you don't have nothing to be ashamed of. Like, you know, we didn't all shed tears in the sport. So you could cry. Just cry with your head up. Like, just don't put your head down. You know what I'm saying? But at the same time, everything in our community is kind of for show. Like, we live in a hyper-violent community. So, you know, if everything is a teaching moment. If I'm in high school and I'm in the lunchroom and somebody come past and slap the shit out of my neck, and nigga out on the, like, you know, you play that game.
That happened to me before.
So, like,
yeah, so if a nigga come, like I say, it might be a nigga who don't even know like that. A nigga come do that to you, everybody just learned that they can do that to you too.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So, depending on how you handle that situation in that moment, it's gonna depend on how you are able to navigate your own environment and how other people treat you. Mm-hmm. So, it's a tough balance because, you know, you want to be able to express yourself in certain ways, but your community might not allow for that. Mm. You know what I'm saying? The environment you in is survival of the fittest, just like anywhere else. And, you know, maybe, I don't know if the solution might be to go home and get that energy out, but, you know, we should be able to get it out in public. We should be able to express ourselves. Like you just spoke on people killing other people, and we look at, like, this like, violent niggas or hood, real niggas, however you want to put, you know, some people call it real niggas, a hood nigga, tough niggas, whatever. And, you know, niggas out here killing each other, shit like that. Like, what's more emotional? Like, a nigga crying because his girl cheated on him, or you killing somebody because they said the wrong thing to you? Like, nigga, it's something really wrong with you if you took a person's life and risk, you know, losing your freedom. Like, you got some shit wrong with you. Like, you emotional. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
like,
sometimes
you know
we internalize a lot of emotions. We don't necessarily have a platform for us to be able to be expressive, you know, on a daily basis. You know what? Sometimes I've seen so many brothers internalize everything that they're going through. Have you ever seen one of your brothers or anybody just punch a hole through the wall? Right. You know, just showing that, expressing that anger just exploding out. Yeah. So I just feel like, I mean, yeah, growing up in the lunchrooms or whatever, you know, you have to kind of develop a certain type of toughness about yourself. But I feel like as an adult, when you can make decisions for yourself about who you choose to be around, what environment you choose to thrive in, and you want to, you know, feel comfortable in as adults, I feel like you should be able to make that decision. So surround your friend circle, you know, and let your friend circle know, you know what, hey, this is who I am as a person. You know, if they accept you, that's fine. If they don't, they don't, you know. Right. But as an adult, I just feel like you have your own choice. You have a choice to surround yourself, you know, with people who can kind of, you know, accept that, you know, and just accept that you are who you are and you can be yourself. Yeah. Whether it be you be emotional, whether you talking, whether you just doing everything. Sometimes your friends make fun of you, all your soft ass. You know, but at the end of the day, sometimes you gotta be soft.
I think that Malcolm spoke on a couple things that I was gonna piggyback off of when they said that when he said that black men, well, we talking about black men, don't have a platform where they can express themselves. I think that that's where black women come in. I think the black woman should be that person that your person, you know what I'm saying? Whether it's your mother, whether it's your girlfriend, your sister, that should be your post-black woman. Because I feel like as nurturers, you know what I mean? Because that's what women mostly are nurturers. You should feel like, because I know that a lot of times, again, like with hypermasculinity, men feel like they can't come to somebody. They have to have this tough facade. Like they have to be powerful. They have, you know what I mean? Like, and you should have somebody that you can be vulnerable with. And I think that a lot of things that is wrong with this generation is when men seem to be vulnerable or they feel like they can be vulnerable with you, we look at them as like they a bitch. Right. You get what I'm saying? And I think that's super whack because like if he can't be vulnerable with you, who can he be vulnerable with? This is why black men go and they shoot and they kill and they beat on women and they, you know what I mean? They do a lot of different things because they harp all that anger. You know what I mean? Also, I was you said something else and I was like, oh, I like that. also when it comes to black women, I think men. I think that as for me being a black woman, and how I look at men, I don't feel like y'all have to be tough. I just feel like y'all should be protectors. You get what I'm saying? And that's two different things. And I think when you become a woman, you identify with that. You know what I'm saying? So when you feel like you want to be tough, you gotta be this a tough guy, and it's like you don't want somebody that's a tough guy, but you do want somebody that's a protector.
Right.
You know what I mean? So I want to feel safe with you. I don't want you to be macho all the damn time. You know what I mean? You don't have to be like, oh, I'll whoop that nigga. You know what I mean? Like, you don't have to be that all the time. Right. Like, and
episode on Blackish, I just started watching Blackish, and it's so funny because Anthony Anderson and Tracy Ellis Ross, I think she's the wife, and you know they were going out on a date night to the movies, and some guy cut them off in a parking spot or whatever, and Anthony Anderson, Tracy Ellis Ross was just looking at him to kind of, okay, what you gonna do? He got in your face like, what you gonna do? And kind of, Anthony Anderson, you know, he got punked, you know, and it was just like a man thing. Like they showed on an episode where his mom was saying his daddy checked the dude because it was a family outing. So Anthony Anderson's dad was there and he checked the dude. But when they got home, it was a totally different situation. Like, you know, Tracy Ellis Ross was looking at him like, you know what, I didn't, you know what, yeah, you kind of got punked, but me being your woman, I'm just going to let you know that you got punked. Maybe you could approach the situation differently, but like you said, she came at him in such a way, he still held his manhood, but she still wanted to let him know, like, you know what, maybe you should have, I want you to do something different. You know, it's all about communication. So I do feel as though as black women, you guys are our nurturers. And sometimes, and I love me some black women, sometimes black women can kind of perpetuate that, you know, that hyper masculinity kind of, you know, thing, like, don't be a bitch, boy, you know, like, you a bitch ass nigga, or, you know what, I even go outside, and you know what, it's some young women that I hang around, okay, don't be on that soft ass shit, nigga, you know, that's what they been taught. Men, that's what they grew up around, you know, they grew up around these hyper masculine men, their uncles, their fathers, if the fathers were in their lives, or, you know what, boyfriends or whatever, so it's ingrained in them for us to be tough. But like I said, as adults, you choose who you want to be around, and it's up to you to educate, you know, whoever you put around you about certain topics. So that's how I feel.
And like, okay, personally, like, to me, if you always on some rah-rah shit, like, that is not attractive. You get what I'm saying? Like, I said this earlier in the show, like, choose your battle. You get what I'm saying? Like, if somebody cut you off, you ain't got to get on no rah-rah shit. Now, a nigga slap my ass, he don't do shit, I'm like, alright, nigga, man. You know what I mean? You know what I'm saying? Like, and you know, I'm like, alright. You know what I'm saying? You don't let anybody disrespect you. You know what I'm saying? No one wants, and that's for anybody. I had a friend, and they're still my friend, but I felt like, and I told them this the other day, like, you know, they felt disrespected, but they didn't say anything. You know what I mean? Right. And I've always said this, my mother always said, if you feel disrespected, you speak on it. You don't have to disrespect them back, but you speak on the shit. You know what I'm saying? And you don't have to be like, I'm gonna beat your ass, because that's it don't have to be that. If you talk to them like they got, I didn't like that, I felt disrespected, and you address it. You know what I mean? Yeah. You don't have to, I'm about to beat his ass. Right. Long as to me, that's what a man is. If it's a problem, he addresses it. You know what I mean?
Like that. So for me, it's two things, like, you know, that was a big transition for me, going from like growing up in a Catholic school and then transferring to public school later on in like middle school. And like that hyper masculinity shit was like necessary for survival, you know what I'm saying? But now as an adult, I thank God that I got into boxing as a kid, because it gave me the confidence to not be violent unless I feel threatened, because like I'm a humble person, and like I don't feel like I'm the toughest nigga in the world at all. I don't want to fight anybody, but by all means, I feel like if somebody's touched me, I beat the shit out of them. That's just how I feel. So I don't have to feel I don't feel threatened by words. Like if somebody, and that just helps me, and that's why I was like, I'm so thirsty to put my son in boxing, so he can have that same confidence. It's just like, you would literally have to make me feel physically like you're about to touch me, right, to get that reaction out of me. There's no words that you could say to trick me out of my position and make me do something to you that might cost me down the line or whatever the case may be. It'd have to be something that's physically threatening my family or whoever I'm with, whatever the case may be. But also, we were talking about Kanye West before the show started, and I feel like a big thing for me, and maybe for a lot, maybe it's some niggas out there that can relate. Before Kanye West came out, it wasn't no lane for a nigga to be smooth. Like when 50 had it and when Tupac had it and all that shit, if you was gonna be even a nigga who not considered a lame, you had to be a tough nigga. Like, if you wasn't a tough nigga, you was a goofball. Mm-hmm. When Kanye came out, he made a lane for niggas to just like dress good and be actually cool and get bitches because you was a cool nigga and not because you was tough.
That's why
I feel like Drake did.
I miss the R&B music is on the decline. I feel like that's where we kind of got our emotions out as men. It was male R&B singers. I'll never forget. What's Music Soul Child? Teach me how to love. Show me the way to surrender my heart. Girl, I'm so lost. Yeah. Like music like that, I didn't understand. I would just sing it. It sounded so good to me as a young kid growing up. But now as an adult, I play that song and I'm like, you know what, guys, you're right. It's like I really identify with that, you know. I really feel like it should be. I just hate that R&B music is really on a decline as it pertains to, you know what, black men singing, you know, and putting emotions that you had with Marion. Right. You had Mario. You had all of them. They was Tyrese. You had Genuine. You had music. So those Negroes was singing about their feelings. It was an outlet for them to be able to express themselves. And we grew up, I feel like 90s babies, like the last of a dying breed. We grew up in the juke parties, singing,
95
dancing. I might be on the west side, because over there, nigga.
That's why y'all
like, we can enjoy that music, bro, but you could not come to school on no Marion shit.
Yeah,
you couldn't be that nigga. You could listen to it,
and
but you couldn't be that nigga.
And that's why I love the west side. And me and my brother, shout out to Marcus, my twin brother. Me and my brother always say this. That's the difference, but that's what a West Side brother is about. Like, we got a chance to sing. Our women knew, like, they love these songs. Like, we could, like, it was just something special where you could even, my big cousins used to ride out in the car and just, I see them with their girls, they listen to R&B music, they'd be in the car smoking their weed or whatever, just vibing with each other, you know? That's what I miss about out west. Summertime, when it's Kanye West talking about summertime shy, oh my God, R&B music, you can be an R&B nigga. You can sing and girls can say nothing to you because they was feeling it just as much as you was feeling it.
The thing about, I will give this, the only thing I'm going to ever give to the West Side. I definitely think West Side is way more united than the South Side would ever be. I just feel like I've been, like my dad is from the West Side. So,
it was just love.
Like you can really be on the west side and be on any block. You know what I mean? I don't feel
anymore.
But this is when we was growing up.
Yeah, okay.
You know what I'm saying? You can be on any block. Like we can walk blocks. You know what I'm saying? And you like sometimes you like you can't go too far. This past this block.
Are you saying that as a woman or can a boy can a young?
No, I'm telling you, as a man
on the west side, not on the south side.
100% right. She is correct. Yes, you could go there. You can have fun. Fire hydrant playing, you got barbecue, you got your snowballs, you got your R&B music playing, you got your rap playing too.
Right, they have block parties all the time.
When a party, around 9, 10 o'clock, 11 o'clock, house parties, R&B music.
And we
that was us as a culture.
Right.
I hate that R&B is on a decline because, you know what, it really, at the parties now, you learning about this confrontational music that we playing, whatever, yeah, it causes a lot of violence, but at the end of the day, we had balance. When that R&B song came on, you was not worried about an op. But you cattle, but in the day, your focus was on your favorite R&B song, dance with your girl, just having fun, expressing yourself. A lot of those guys felt those music. You know how they say, I felt that. Yeah. A lot of those guys was feeling that music. And my big cousins, I could really say, it was really a time to be alive, you know, back then, partying and listening to R&B music in a party with your girls, expressing yourself, you know what? They kind of balance out that hyper masculinity, you know, that R&B music. And I feel like today that's what we are missing because as a male, as a human being, I have all different type of emotions. Like across from a scale of 1 to 10, sometimes I'm feeling this way. Sometimes I want to love. Sometimes I want to sing. Sometimes I want to do that. I want to do a lot of things. I'm sorry, I'm from out west, and they'll tell you for a minute, yeah, you know what he's talking about. But now, no, it's not a lot about it. Like you said about Drake. That's probably why a lot of people gravitated towards Drake a lot. I call him Heartbreak Drake. That's why I call him Heartbreak Drizzy. That's what I call him, because at the end of the day, yeah, he was a rapper, but he was a singer too. He was expressing himself. A lot of people couldn't find that lane. A lot of rappers, I feel like, didn't know how to identify with that lane. You know what? I'm gonna be a hard ass nigga. It is what it is. It is what it is. Drake, he found that lane and it worked for him. A lot of people identify with that.
But to wrap it up, I think that it just is definitely a necessity that we look in ourselves and say, what can we do to prevent this? You know what I mean? So we can have a way for a black man to, you know, express themselves. But for our final segment, it technically is not a segment, but it is for black business. We're gonna shout out a black business every time. So the first black business we are shouting out is Elizabeth O & Co. She officially started her business September 2018. Online is her merchandise. She's a styling company, so she's going to style. She dress. So her merchandise is on www.elizabetho.com. She officially launches it March 4th. Her social media is Lizzy, LIZZY _OSONDU. Let me make sure that's correct. OSONDU. Yeah, that's right. Her name is Elizabeth Osandu, and she has a little bit of advice for black business owners. I would advise black business owners to continue to chase their dreams and never doubt themselves, especially in our society. Know that there is a place in the world for us to flourish and understand that we are a consumer world where we are the culture. We buy and consume a lot in this world, so we might as well find a way to own the industries and keep the money in our communities. All services will be virtual. And again, Instagram is ELIZABETHO.com. That is her styling services, and the other one I gave you was her personal. Any thoughts, anything that y'all would like to say about black businesses?
I just feel like it's time. It's time. You have to choose what you want to do. A lot of people say social media is the worst thing ever. No. You choose how you want to, what you want to do with this platform. So right now, advertising used to be so expensive. Expensive. Now, guess what? It's within a click of a button. Brand yourself. What do you want to offer to yourself, your people, and the world as a whole? It's up to you. Do what you got to do. We need to support. We need to support. And also, what I want to make known about certain black businesses is this. When they try to support their brand, they get frustrated with their consumer base. They need to learn how to express themselves in this business mindset. So don't cuss your, customers out or whatever, because you guys have that bad a lot. But I'm not going to hold you to the cross for that, because you're learning along the way. So I'm not going to judge you. I'm not here to judge. I choose to support, and I choose to uplift. That's all I have to say.
Well, shout out to Elizabeth O for her company. I wouldn't say more so something directly to black businesses, more so black consumers. I would just say be as patient with black businesses as you are with white businesses. So McDonald's has fucked up your order countless times. And you still going. So when it comes to black businesses, a lot of times you get a one shot. They fuck up that first time, the cashier ruled, or the order fucked up, that's the last time we go. So it's like, I don't know what's in our mind that makes us treat each other like that, but I say give that, be just as patient with them as you are with these major corporations and things of that nature. So
to wrap that up, I think my advice would be also, I definitely want you to take heed to what Mac Matthews said, but I also want black business, it is a 50-50 thing. for Black consumers, do be patient and realize that the places that we shop at, like Macy's, like Neiman Marcus, like places like that, they have been in business for years. These Black business owners, they might only been owning the business for a year, 2 years, 3 years. So they do have room to improve, and you have to give them that time to improve. But also with Black business owners, I do think it is some type of, not necessarily like, it's a stigma with Black people that we're not gonna let you, you know what I mean? I'm not gonna let you disrespect me. I'm not gonna let you talk to me like that. You still have to realize like this is how you feed yourself. This is your business. This is how you're eating. You know what I mean? So you have to. It's not about what is that? It's not about your ego at this point. It's more about customer service. But to wrap it up, this has been Talk to the People. I am Simone J.
Like Matthews.
Malcolm Millette.
Thanks for listening.
I think it was a good show.
Yeah.